Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So today's video is going to be a really fun one. I'm really excited about it because this has been in the plans and in the making and in the preparation for quite a while. And what I'm talking about is a Hydra key that I've been working on trying to make it, you know what, let's call it relatable. So if you're somebody who has been playing for like a year and a half, and you have all of the you have done most of the fusions, or like all of them, you should be able to do a key, because this one's basically a one key full auto for the sake of brutal Hydra, using only past fusions or somebody to replace it in a certain way. It might not be, you know what, some of the gear levels might be a little bit high, but at the same time it's nothing too crazy, and I'm gonna explain to you like the team, why use it, how it works. I'm gonna show you the run, and I'm gonna give you, you know, solutions, way to replace, because to be fair, I didn't work at it perfectly. Like when I mean that it's been in the preparation, I mean that I've been building those champions, I've been farming their masteries, I've been getting them to 6-star, I was booking them. That, you know, that took me quite a bit, but these are champions that are really helpful in other areas of the game. So if you already have these champions, they can work for you for sake of a brutal key, and that's pretty fun. So let's have a look at the team that I'm talking about. So if I go into the brutal Hydra, then we can see over here I'm talking about Mighty Uko, Tatura Rhymehide, Drang, the Walking Tomb Drang, Bivold, Thylesia, and Visix. So basically these four specifically were previous fusions. Like Tatura was the last one of the batch, I guess, sorry, the earliest one of the batch. This was the previous Christmas fusion. He's an amazing champion, like his kit is just insane for like several areas of the game. 100% decreased accuracy on the A1, Bommel if you want to try resist strat, increased defense and block debuffs on for 2 turns on 3-turn cooldown, AoE smack that can smack really hard. Honestly, this is like in like top 5 hardest hitting defense based nuke in the game, and that puts perfect veil and shields for 2 turns. Then he has a passive that does not work, unfortunately, for the sake of Hydra. And then there's like, you know, a good aura for the sake of Doom Tower. But he's basically in this team for the sake of the perfect veil, to help us deal a little bit with the Head of Torment. So he's in there for that. Mighty Uko, we all know that is insane. AoE decreased attack, AoE block buffs and decreased accuracy if there's no buffs. Plus he can still remove up to 4 buffs from the enemies. AoE revive that can also be used as an AoE increased speed. Good passive that can steal again, that can steal buffs. Like if they put, for example, Head of Wrath puts increased attack, he has a chance to steal it, and he brings a speed on all battles by 20%. Bivold is just a monster for sake of his provokes. Provoke here plus leech, then shields over here, then another passive that can help, but only for the Head of DK, not for the other ones, unfortunately. Walking Tomb Drang, honestly, he surprised me. He's the HP burner, HP balancer, and just HP exploder. So overall, he's just there for the sake of damage. Thylesia, honestly, I brought in Thylesia because I did not do the Marinix fusion. If I had Marinix, I would have brought Marinix in this team. The difference between Thylesia and Marinix is maybe Marinix might do a little bit more damage, and her hex that Thylesia has a chance to place is 100%. So if we brought Marinix instead of Thylesia in here, it could work even better, because you could swap a build that I'm gonna show later. But yeah, she's basically here for the decreased defense, for the debuff extension, and at the same time Thylesia was part of a previous fusion. She was part of the Sigmund fusion, which I, for example, skipped, and I kept her. And then Visix, you know what, like I said, if you've been playing for a year and a half, you're gonna have Visix, and she's really amazing, guys. Like, I do hope people stop sleeping on Visix, because she's just insane. Provoke on this one on 3-turn cooldown, AoE decreased speed with ally protection, double hitter on the A1, and she brings some good smacks in there. But you know what, enough talking. I'm gonna play the run. I'm gonna, you know, fast forward it. It's gonna take a bit, but then we're gonna come back, we're gonna have a look at the builds, and we're gonna discuss more about it. But before that, actually, let's have a look at the presets. So for the sake of presets, Mighty Uko priority the A2, because he might want to do the increased speed first. You want him to always do this one whenever he has it available, because having block buffs and decreased accuracy out there for most of the fight is insane. Because if you look at the builds, almost everybody has high-ish resist in order to resist most of the heads if the decreased accuracy is out. Then Tatura Rhymehide, priority the perfect veil because that's the way we want to deal with the Head of Torment. Bible priority the A2 for the sake of the AoE provoke and leech. Walking to drink priority A2 as the first one and the A3 as the second one. I have no idea how his AI works because I haven't played much with him on Hydra, so I just wanted to make sure he does these all the time that they're available. Then Thylesia, one thing I did not do for sake of this run, but I would prioritize, if you use Thylesia specifically, I would prioritize using the debuff extension because we throw so many debuffs out there, and because the cooldowns are a bit high on Mighty Uko because I have him in a taunting set, in a provoke set, sorry, then having that extension from her is kind of needed a little bit. It helps a ton. If you had Maronix instead, then you would have Mighty Uko built in a reflex set, and then that way you wouldn't care about the debuff extension. And then V6 priority the decrease speed because she's the backup provoker, so we care mostly about her decrease speed. So let's watch a round, then we're gonna come back and we're gonna see the damage and discuss more about it and see the build. So see you in a bit. And we're back, and look at this damage, 62.31 million damage on brutal. And you saw the beginning that we had, you saw that it was a little bit of a craziness, like V6 straight up died, she was dead most of the time, she's not perfectly built. I just had some, you know, some gear because I was testing some stuff on Dark Fae with her, just threw her in the team, and this is the result. You know what, this can be even better, but again, I want to try and make, whenever I show stuff like this, I want to try and make it relatable, so I don't get the builds perfect every single time, unless I'm talking for Nightmare. Then for Nightmare, people cannot say like, oh, it's the gear. Yeah, of course it's the gear because it's Nightmare Hydra. But look at this damage, it's insane. Honestly, the one that surprised me a ton is Drang. Like, I did not expect to see 24.6 million damage from Drang, 6.1 from Bival, 9.5 from Tatura, 4.5 from Uko, 10 million from Thalassia, which would be Marnix, and 6.4 from V6. So overall, you saw the synergy that we had in there. We had the decreased attack, we had the block buffs, the decreased accuracy, increased defense, block debuffs, provokes, heals. It's like, you know, it's perfectly well-rounded, this team, because we're covering all the roles that we need to cover. So let's have a quick look at those builds. So when it comes to V6, like I said, I have nothing too special. I just had her build from a while back in a instinct plus perception. This is the speed, 100% crit rate, some damage. Defense is extremely low because I kept removing defense from her because, like I said, I was testing some Dark Fae stuff and she was not dying. She was too tanky. So this one could be a lot better. Like this one could be like 4.5k, 5k, 6k. Accuracy, again, pretty good accuracy, and the resist that we need. Then these are the masteries that we have on her. In case, you know, in case you definitely want to know the masteries. Then for the sake of Drang, this is what we have on him, again with War Master in here, and I took him down this tree because honestly this is the build that I had on him when I made a solo build for him. You know, I showed him solo Spider and Ice Golem in Region 7 plus Immortal. If you're curious about that, I'm gonna pin this video like over there or over there in case you're wondering. He can do some magical stuff, and I have him in a reflex and some refresh. You see, these are not even maxed, because the beautiful thing about him is, for the sake of his HP burn, this cannot be resisted, so you do not care about accuracy. Therefore, I could build him with high resist. Maybe this was a little bit overkill. Like I could have gone with like 250 and that would have been good enough. 100% crit rate, 208 crit damage, high HP, and this decent speed. For example, for Walking Tomb Drang, if you don't want to go reflex, because he's so tanky, you can build him in a Guardian set, and that's going to bring a little bit more damage mitigation, and he's going to keep healing himself a ton. Bival of the Thorn, I have him the same build that I have him for a while. This is the build that I have him for the sake of like Nightmare Hydra for the team that I showed a while back. That's 1 key, Ultra Nightmare without Krisk, Duchess, Safeys, 200x, all the other crazy stuff. He's basically relentless with some damage, some resist, and decent speed. He's, you know, not the craziest damage, but he does good enough because the AoEs and War Master, and he's in a relentless set. Plus, I had this ring because of, like I said, he used to be my mischief target. Then these are the masters, again, same principle. War Master, I took him down to support you a bit more because his heals are pretty good, and I wanted to, you know what, well, why not make more heals? Also rapid response because he puts shields, he puts strength on himself, so try and you know, get more turn meter from that. Tatura, honestly, Tatura, I did not even change the masteries from a previous build where I used them in Clan Boss, but same principle, War Master, defense, and then this way you could use him if you want to use him in Clan Boss as well, maybe some other stuff later on. You don't have to keep resetting and losing gems. Like, I would have to use gems again to reset it. So just get it like this and it still worked well enough. For the sake of the build, again, relentless, because, again, relentless plus triple refresh, because guess what? You want him to come back to his perfect veil and to his A2 as much as you can, and at the same time just do tons of damage. High speed. Normally I would want him to be faster. The change that I did in the team and why it was a bit funky at the beginning is because I had him the fastest, but then I had Anchorite instead of V6. It was not working with Anchorite as well as I wanted. The second I threw in V6, perfection. You saw the damage it did. So because I did some changes, I also got Uko a bit faster, and because of that, Tatura's not going before to put a perfect veil. But you can just boost that, or I don't know, make Mighty Uko start with something else. But it's preferable to have Tatura going first always. Then Mighty Uko, I have an taunting set, but like I mentioned, if you're using Maronix instead of Stylesia, you can have him in a reflex even without, you know, even if you have Stylesia, you can still change Mighty Uko in a reflex set because Honestly, I'm not really sure. I mean, yeah, it helps to have another layer of protection, but you have two provokers in V6 and in Bible. That's just well enough. Like, you could even build your V6 in Relentless, in Reflex, in Frenzy. That's something I want to try in the future. I want to try something with her for the sake of Hydra in a Frenzy set, but that's gonna be for another video. Yeah, my Duke is currently in a taunting set, 244 speed, 355 accuracy, 251 resist. You don't care about his damage, just speed, the accuracy, the resist, and then survivability. You want him to survive. You want him to, like, he should never die because he's your only reviver. So make sure he survives. Then the masteries I have on him on these ones. When I'll support you obviously for Master Hexer and Sniper for an higher chance to land that decrease attack on everyone. Blah, I cannot speak, guys. I'm sorry. And then the last one in here, Tyrese again, reflex set, because I mostly care about her doing the A3, A2, A3, A2, just rotating through these. Got her with 100% crit rate, 300 accuracy, 250 resist, and then try to make her tanky. Her base stats are really low, as you can see. Not even 13,000 HP and 1k defense, so I tried to build her so that she survives and is not always dead, and still she did 10 million damage. The power effects, guys. The power effects, that's the reality. And then these are the masteries on her. Again, War Master, because we have so many AoEs. Obviously, if you have people with AoE, you want War Masters on them. Unless you cannot hit the stats, the accuracy, the resist, and then, yeah, you're gonna choose maybe stuff like Eagle Eye or Unshakable. But if you can hit the stats that I'm showing, definitely go for War Master. And obviously down the support tree, extra layer of RNG for Cycle of Magic, Lord of Steel, Sniper for an extra chance for the sake of that Hex, because that's not 100%, and Master Hexer for a chance to extend the decreased defense and the Hex. But yeah, this is the team overall. It can be made so much better. I'm quite sure that if I, you know, pushed it to its limits, I could even do Nightmare Hydra with this team. And you know what? I might even do that in the future. But for now, I wanted to show this fun team that's basically a team of fusions. And I guess it's Fusions and V6, which is a champion that you get as a daily login if you've been playing for over a year. And honestly, unless you've been playing for at least a year, I'm not sure you would be doing Brutal Hydra unless you were, you know, wailing out and then you have some other better options. But yeah, this was my past Fusion Hydra video, guys, for today. Thank you all for watching. If you do enjoy my content, do not forget to like and subscribe. There's like 75% of you that watch my videos daily but are not subscribed to the channel. That will help me a ton if you actually did that. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'm gonna see you all in the next one. Peace, love, take care everyone. Bye, guys.